Yo, people, 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 glory, all the glory to Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. This is not live. Well, it's not a live stream. I'm doing this live. I don't know how to do the whole editing thing. So, one shot and we're done. There's nobody to really laugh or anything. So, I got to remember that. But I'm just doing this recording because I do believe Houston, we have a problem. The problem is on Wednesday we briefly went over everything, anything and everything AFC South. We discussed, the good, the bad, the ugly with every team in the AFC South. And of course, our record predictions. When it came to the Houston Texans, when it was my turn or my time to talk about them, my main concern, and other folks on the panel agreed, is of course the offensive line. Last year it was a big issue. They were second in sacks allowed, left a lot of allowed a lot of pressures as well. And when it comes to the offseason, they basically took their best blocker, pass rush blocker, penalties and all. I understand that. I'm not here to fight them on it. They take him away and bring over Cam Robinson. They added a couple of pieces as far as in free agency. No one individual offensive lineman is known to be a good starter, a very competent starter. The one that's they moving around, Titus Howard, he's moving to right guard, and he's never played right guard. He's played right tackle, which he didn't do that very well. He didn't do very well, excuse me. He played left tackle for a little bit, I believe. He played left guard. So, I mean, if you're going to move anybody around, of course, Titus Howard would be the guy. Understood. You bring over a lot of free agency. Again, like I said, Cam Robinson, Trent Brown. They're going to try again with Fisher. Now, if he is your right tackle, last year he had a very, very bad year. And I just think, as talented as this team is, offensively, especially defensively, you have a quarterback that's presumably, is going to be your quarterback for the next, at least, let's say 10 years, just give or take. You have a defense that's projected is going to be a top 3, top 5 defense. And it just got a little bit better. And especially with the Christian Harris coming back, and of course the health of the defense. Also adding CJ Gardner-Johnson is just going to beef up that secondary when it's already a promising secondary. All that to say, your biggest issue might be the most important unit on the team. Of course, the quarterback's important. Of course, defense is important. Defensive line, secondary, all that. I got it. Offensive line is where teams become, it's like a make or break. For instance, Kansas City Chiefs, great team. They were able to hide some of the negatives on their team, which was the left side of the offensive line. Joe Tooney tried to cover up some of that. But you only could Band-Aid that situation so long. Now, in the offseason, Kansas City Chiefs seem to be banking on some young talent, especially Simmons off the left side. So at least they're trying to do something about it because they see that is what cost them 2 Super Bowls. Let's just say that. Now, with the Houston Texans, again, you have a guy in C.J. Stroud that I believe is superbly talented, a great leader, a great locker room guy, and a great player. Even though last year the stats weren't as good, the QBR went down a little bit, everything went down for CJ Stroud. And we all know why. Even with all that being said, I do believe that CJ Stroud showed that his decision making was better. There are some games, of course, that you can pull up that I also saw that he, dealing with an offensive line that he was dealing with, he rushed some things. Anybody in his position would have. So I don't really fault him on that. I think a lot of the decision making that he got away with last year, where a lot of he only had what three, 4, 5 interceptions last year. His rookie year he should have had more, but he got away with a lot. And this last year that just passed, he had more interceptions, but some of that wasn't on him. And then also, still watching the tape, his decision making is getting better. With this offensive line, you are throwing a bunch of band-aids. You're hoping for the best. You get rid of your offensive coordinator and Bobby Slowick, which I get, but you replace him with a guy that's not a play caller in Nick Caley. Excuse me if I get his name wrong. I just don't know. I don't know. I think if there's going to be a problem with this Houston Texans team, I think the defense is going to play well. I think the running game should be better. But if that offensive line isn't cohesive, it doesn't play well as a unit, because they all are new to each other. Most of them, at least the projected starters would be. A couple of them, not all. We saw Nick Chubb on a Cleveland Browns offensive line that was decimated with injuries, so they didn't play as to what their projected start would be. We saw how Nick Chubb played with a less than competent offensive line. He didn't play well. Okay. Joe Mixon, great. Joe Mixon's going to be the starter. And again, I love the Nick Chubb acquisition. Dameon Pierce still being there. I love it. I love the running back room. But if you don't have an offensive line, it's only going to do you it's only going to give you so many yards. Because, yes, you have two powerful backs that can give you 1, 2, 3 yards per carry easily with the bad offensive line. But the main concern is C.J. Stroud. You have a guy in C.J. Stroud that last year you added all of these pieces because you knew you had a guy, and you have him on a rookie deal. Yet, your offensive line now, this year, on paper, is worse than last year. That's a problem. You have Jacksonville Jaguars making all of these extra moves. Will it amount to more wins? I think so. Will it amount to a divisional title? I don't think so, but who knows? You have them making big moves, even some minute moves, to move in the right direction as far as letting Trevor Lawrence win games. The Indianapolis Colts, the quarterback situation is iffy, but defensively, this is one of the best defenses the Colts have had in years, at least on paper. I know, at least on paper. And then the Tennessee Titans, they're not going to be worse than 3 games like last year. They got a projected competent quarterback and the number 1 overall pick in Cam Ward. Their offensive line seems to be okay. They're making moves. I don't think they will be good moves, but they're making moves nonetheless. Defensive line, they made moves, which I think will be better. L'Jarius Sneed's coming back healthy. That's going to help. So all of your compadres, as far as your divisional opponents, divisional counterparts, are getting better. And again, yes, you're getting better, but you're getting worse on paper, you're getting worse at a positional group, a unit that is much more important than almost any other unit. That doesn't get talked about a lot, but that is the unit. And we've seen it time and time again. So, yes, I believe Houston, you guys have a problem. I hope you fix it, because I would love Houston to take over as Texas's team. Love it. Love it. 100%. And yes, clickbaity a little bit on them losing the AFC South. If the Indianapolis Colts, I suggest you guys and gals watch our AFC South prediction live stream. See what I said about the Indianapolis Colts. I used a lot of fallacious arguments, but at the end, I was able to refute some of the objections in that conversation. So please go ahead and watch that. And if everything I said about the Indianapolis Colts is true, which again, a lot of it was fallacious, but the ending of it, the latter half, Houston might lose this division with a superbly better team, not taking advantage of the great situation that they have with a rookie a rookie contract quarterback in CJ Stroud. What benefits the Houston Texans is Jacksonville might just become the Temu version of the Dallas Cowboys, with Khan being the owner, and just want headlines, hence Travis Hunter. Have them play both sides, and they don't really care about winning. They just want headlines and, hey, Trevor Lawrence played better. Travis Hunter, we have a superstar. Whatever. The Tennessee Titans aren't ready. I think Brian Callahan will probably be fired by the end of the year. Well, or in the offseason. I don't think it'll be one of those. And then the Indianapolis Colts. What is true that the guys laid out and refuted my position on is they got Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson. So that easily can blow up one in my prediction's face. And that can, of course, make them a laughingstock of the AFC South. So they have that beneficiary for certain, but that's worst case scenario for all the other teams. Houston Texans, you guys have a problem, and I suggest you fix it. I don't know how you're going to fix it. So I don't know why I say I suggest you fix it. I don't know how you're going to fix it. But make sure, guys, I'm going to do more videos like this just to get more content out there. I want the People's Debate football podcast to grow. I really do. I think a lot of people out there that watch the show have great takes. I think a lot of people that will watch this in the future have great takes. And I think they all should be heard. Instead of all the shouty shows using all of these crazy, fallacious arguments, yelling over each other, hot takes with no substance, I rather this kind of formats where we talk about our ideas, we have the dialogue, and if we have a potential debate, well, guess what? We can hash that out verbally, of course. Make sure you like this video, go watch the AFC South prediction video, and subscribe to the channel, please. Okay? Please. We need the subscribers up. Please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Love to you all. Always remember Jesus is King, and I am out. All love.